How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the escalating violence out there in Kenosha, Wisconsin, as a result of the Jacob Blake shooting, or at least that's the excuse that they give. Oh, Jacob Blake got shot by the police. He was unarmed. Hands up, don't shoot. So what are we going to do? Oh, we're going to burn down used car lots. We're going to burn down furniture stores, talking about, oh, they got insurance, they'll be okay. And we're also going to be some white guys shooting and killing other white guys because Black Lives Matter. Okay, that makes perfect sense, but I digress for now. Before I go down that rabbit hole, I'm gonna back up a little bit here, tell you a little bit about Jacob Blake and why we're right here, right now, and experiencing this chaos in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Now, Jacob Blake, 29-year-old black male, had the police called on him at a Kenosha residence. The police come out, they're trying to arrest him. I'm reading different things about the particular incident. They were saying that it was a fight between two women and he was trying to break it up. I think the most credible information says that the police were called on him and he had an active warrant that may or may not be related to why the police were called on him. On an active warrant, it had domestic abuse, criminal trespass, and also third-degree sexual assault. Now, third-degree sexual assault means that he either allegedly raped an underage girl or boy, or he raped a handicapped person, somebody that's not mentally able to give consent. So that's pretty much who you're fighting for if you're out there fighting for BLM in Kenosha. But I'll move right along. He's fighting with the police. If you zoom in on him, he appears to have a knife. Allegedly, he appears to have a knife. And if you listen to the audio, which I'll place in the box, I can't place it right here, too much violence. But if you listen to the audio, it sounds like the police say, drop the knife, drop the knife. He's not dropping the knife. And while the police have their guns drawn on him, he is moving away from them, going to the driver's side of his car, reaches inside. That's when he gets shot. He's not dead yet. I repeat, he is not dead. He's in serious condition, but he's stable. He's probably paralyzed for the rest of his life, but he's not dead. And that's a very important point we get to in a minute. So as a result of that, when that video hit the internet, immediate riots all over Kenosha. Immediate. Places getting burned down, people getting shot. Now we have like the purge going on. The police aren't really there. They can't really do much. It's pretty much out of control. A 17-year-old white male by the name of Calittenhouse from Antioch, Illinois, has been arrested for shooting and killing two people out there in Kenosha. He's been charged with first-degree murder. Now, I do have video of that. I cannot play it here. Again, we are on the YouTubes, so I will place that in the box below so you can see it for yourself. Now, I don't know how the whole situation starts. The video I have picks up where he's running away from people with his long gun in his hand, and he, at some point, I guess, falls on the ground, gets pushed to the ground or something. He winds up on the ground. Now, when he's on the ground, the mob around him immediately starts to swarm him. Okay, like they're gonna try to take his gun, they're gonna try to beat him up or whatever. They swarm him. One guy gets real close. He appears to try to like jump on him and stomp him, and Cal shoots him. Not sure if he dies, but he gets shot or shot at. Another person gets shot, and another person had his gun extended, a handgun extended, and was pointing at Cal, and then Cal shot the guy right in his arm, like right there in his elbow. Perfect shot. Perfect shot. I mean, if you want to talk about, skilled shooting on the ground with a long gun and, high stress environment, he did it. There's photos of that. And again, those would be in the box. That arm looks terrible. I mean, that arm's not going to be no more good. It's going to get amputated because it's like you could see his bone, like right there in his elbow, is exposed and it's broken. So that's got to be amputated. You can't Band-Aid, stitches, ain't gonna do nothing, man. You got to get the whole thing cut off. All right. If that was your shooting arm, which he did have a gun, like some of the media were trying to say, oh, he got shot with a cell phone. Nah, he had a handgun clearly visible in his hand. I mean, it was clear as day. It was not blurry or obstructed. You're talking about full 1080p, 4K, 8K. It was crystal clear that he had a gun in his hand, and that hand may still be there, but it ain't gonna be no more good once they get done sawing our arm off, because you can't save what he has left. But I digress. My whole point is that Cal Rittenhouse has been charged first degree murder. They're gonna have a hard time making that charge stick. First degree murder, really? He's going to beat that because from what I saw in the video, he was on the ground, trying to fight for his own life. I don't think he shot anybody before that. He was on the ground and shot people. Yeah, because one guy got his gun on you, the other guy trying to stomp you, and it's a big crowd, people around you. What else are you going to do? If anything, I think that was a case for having a long rifle to begin with. Now, some are going to say, oh, he crossed state lines. He came all the way from Illinois to come to Kenosha. Well, first of all, a lot of these so-called protesters that were out there, the Antifa and BLM type, where are they coming from? Are they all Kenosha local? Number one. And number two, Antioch, Illinois is about a half hour away from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Okay, talking about neighboring states. He didn't come from Texas or California or New York or something like that. He came from like a half hour away. He probably drove there in his car. That's not a very long distance. All right. You can drive a half hour in some cities and be in the same city. So that's not far at all. Unfortunately, he has been arrested, but I think he'll beat that charge pretty quickly. I believe the only reason why he got charged is because of the riots that are still going on. Now, Trump has called a National Guard out there to Kenosha to try and calm things down because they're burning up everything. Like I said, furniture stores, used car lots, dump trucks. For some reason, they're being targeted. They're burning down pretty much whatever they can. And the police have no control. I'm not sure how big Kenosha's police force is, but it can't be that big. I mean, we're not talking about a major city. We're talking about a decent sized city, but not a major city at all. All right. This is not Chicago, although it's not very far away, nor is it Milwaukee, which is also not very far away. This is Kenosha, Wisconsin. This is not a very big place. So you got to have a National Guard in place, especially when you got a lot of out of towners that come in and just want to start stuff. Now, you have a situation out there with these guys that are armed, trying to protect stuff that's not really, how can I say, it's not really organized. There's a leadership, there's no generals, no nothing. A bunch of soldiers out there just kind of sitting around waiting on orders. Like, what do I do? Where do I go? You had some guys on the roof, the roof, Kenoshans. I really enjoyed seeing those guys. But a lot of guys on the ground are just kind of clueless as to what to do. One guy that got shot and killed, if I'm not mistaken, was antagonizing people. So that's something else. You got people that come in because they want to get killed or they want to get shot in that situation. Financial reasons. Like, I would not be surprised if guys were voluntarily getting shot, trying to get shot, so when they die, they can, have their estate sue and then get paid and have their family be straight. Or guys that are trying to get shot and live and sue and then enjoy the money themselves. They take some of the money, get themselves sealed up, and then get right back on the horse. That could be what's going on. I don't put anything past anybody, man. And I've seen so much stuff, and nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises me. When I saw the guy with his elbow looking like spaghetti meat, I was like, you know what? Okay, that's just pretty much normal nowadays. I'm not even really tripping. Like, this is pretty much what it is. Unfortunately, for just regular normies that have to live out there, you are in a dangerous environment. All over a guy that was allegedly a rapist who didn't die. You got two guys that are dead that are probably both white, got shot by a white guy. So you got one white guy trying to shoot another white guy because Black Lives Matter. That's what we're doing nowadays. Okay, makes perfect sense to me. This BLM quote unquote movement is clearly all about violence. Okay, all the peaceful protesters and everybody just wanting to hold hands, saying kumbaya. That's been gone. That's been gone for a long time. Like I said, the guy, Jacob Blake, didn't even die. But yet you got two people that have been killed in one night in one city. Imagine how many more are getting shot, killed, injured, in other places because of one guy that didn't even get killed, who was about to be under arrest for a rape of an underage person and or a handicapped person. Like, what are we even doing? As I close, I want to say this. Black Lives Matter is not a thing you want to be affiliated with. And if you are affiliated with them, take a step back and see what they do all over the country. Take a step back. You see all the things that are going on. Okay, and it has really one common denominator. Black Lives Matter. People getting harassed randomly at restaurants. People get on their face, raising their fists up. Black Lives Matter. Screaming at people, screeching at people. All because BLM. And there was a similar thing happening in 2016. Not quite to this extent, but it was very similar happening. I think the bottom line is that we have an election coming up, And some politicos out there want to use this whole thing for their own purposes. All right. They're putting a battery in your back. Probably some money going on. People getting paid to be out there agitating stuff. You know, it doesn't take much to agitate. You probably had that one guy that was out there talking about shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. And that could have been enough to spark the whole situation. And without him, it might not have been that bad. There may have been some scuffles and some shots fired, but it might not have been a full-on Wild West gunfight with two guys ending up dead and another guy with half his whole arm missing, okay, whole bicep tore out the frame. Maybe it wouldn't have been that if not for the outside instigators that are getting paid to do some of this stuff, allegedly. Gotta say that for legal reasons, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that BLM is the cause of all the violence that's happening right now in the country, and also Antifa? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or am I wrong here? Did I get everything wrong in the video? Whatever I got wrong in the video, in your opinion, let me know why in the comments below. You guys pretty much know where I'm at. This guy, Jacob Blake, I mean, bad choices, trying to fight the police, already had a track record, long rap sheet, active warrant, sexual assault, trespass, domestic abuse. I mean, you're just doing way too much. If you know you got a warrant, you know you got a long jacket, go ahead and just get locked up. You trying to fight the police ain't gonna do nothing. But maybe, just maybe, he thought that if he fought the police, he'd be able to get broken off some of that settlement money, even if he was to die. But now, hey, he's living, he can enjoy it. He might not be able to walk no more, but hey, he got $100 million, so that might be his thought process. I can't even really call it. You know, maybe these guys don't just use their brain at all. They're just kind of acting and thinking about the consequences after the fact. Unfortunately, for most guys, when they do that, they have no time to think afterwards because they're gone from this earth. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.